Hey everyone, Magic Sword here. If you saw the stream today, you know exactly what we're up to. Let's get right into it. Starting with Druid, of course. Teacher's Pet is actually a dual class Druid Hunter card. 5 mana, 4/5, rare. Taunt. Death Rattle, summon a random 3 cost beast, and it itself is a beast. Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty good actually. Even without, the crazy synergy we'll look at later. This I think 3-drop beasts are mostly pretty strong. You have Mukla for one, so you have that high roll, but you also have Zixor. Like the average 3-cost beast is probably better than a random 3-cost, especially because you're going to be running beast synergies. So I think that's pretty good. Twilight Runner. 5 mana, 5/4 beast, stealth. Whenever this attacks, draw 2 cards. This is a pure Druid card. This will see play on its own. I don't care what is happening in the meta, this is going to see play. This is great draw with minimal tempo loss. The stealth keeps it alive. The 5 attack should trade up at least a little bit. And we're going to actually go through and discuss all these cards as a set. So let's just rush through Lake Thresher real quick. 5 mana, 4/6, also damages the minions next to whomever this attacks. Okay, that's nice and neutral, plain and simple, right? Pretty straightforward card. This effect has historically not been amazing. If you are able to somehow give it rush and buffs, it'll see play. Oh man, if only we had some way to give 5-drop beasts rush. So, Guardian Animals is a great card. Guardian Animals essentially ensures that these cards can see play despite their sometimes variable power level, right? If that deck is strong, which I don't know, I think we saw like kind of a high roll demonstration of it on the stream. Just Crypt getting a little lucky there. I think they'll see play. If not, I would expect Twilight Runner again to show up anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. Next on to Hunter x Hunter. We have again Teacher's Pet. Same stuff more or less. Probably a little weaker in Hunter. I think it's still fine if nothing else. Carrion Studies. 1 mana spell. It's the study spell for Hunter. Discover a Death Rattle minion. Your next one costs 1 less. Yes. Death Rattle Hunter, please. I think this makes Teacher's Pet a little more playable. A, and B, Vectis can go with this pretty well. I don't know if there's something really cool you can do with Vectis here. I haven't really given it that much thought, but that was my initial thought, was you could do a Vectis combo here by discounting a Death Rattle and being able to discover a Death Rattle that you might not normally actually run in the deck. Vectis becomes more powerful here. Next we have Overwhelm, 1 mana spell. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Deal 1 more damage for each beast you control. So this is a wide beast option. Look, I kind of thought... actually, I'll get to that later. This is good. Wide beasts, good. Usually works in Hunter. Has worked historically. Should continue to work. Especially when we take into account Wolpertinger. This is a 1 mana 1/1 Battlecry. Summon a copy of this. So Hunter has a number of hand buff mechanics right now, not the least of which is Scavenger's Ingenuity. This is more wide beast synergy. This is Scavenger synergy. This is that new 1 mana spell that you buff a guy and summon a guy and get a guy in your hand. All great for that. This is a super alley cat, right? Bloated Python, I was less thrilled about this one. This is just an egg with like a little bit of attack, so it's kind of easier to hatch. It has beast synergy, woo, and it's okay, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't blown away by this. Maybe with all the Death Rattle stuff we're getting here, you could like Carrion Studies on 1 and either drop this on 2 or discover it and drop it on 2. I don't know. I think that this can be good. I just feel like there's probably better stuff that's going to outcompete it. And lastly, we have Krolush Barkstripper. 4 mana 3/5. Spellburst, destroy a random enemy minion. That's right, it has the deadly shot effect. Just like Rotnest Drake. This is the beast equivalent to Rotnest Drake. So what I like about that is maybe Highlander doesn't have to be dragon oriented anymore. Now there are a lot of strengths to a dragon oriented Highlander deck, especially for Hunter. You have the Stormhammer, you have DQA. Both of those make it a very natural fit. DQA especially, right? That's why all Highlander decks kind of have a dragon bent to them, because one of the best Highlander cards in the game is a dragon herself. So maybe that won't happen. Maybe there will be two packages for Highlander. There will be Beast Highlander and traditional Dragon Highlander. I don't know. So looking at both Druid and Hunter now, we're going to talk a bit about shan'do Wildclaw. She can effectively be used in either class now, but I think that the choose one effect is going to see more versatility with Druid. What I mean by that is Druid can kind of use either better in a single deck, right? So let's say you're running a Survival of the Fittest Druid, right? Like as we saw on the stream. You have shan'do Wildclaw in there. She duplicates one of your big buffed up beasts. She transforms into it for 3 mana. That's really powerful. It's also really powerful to have her buff all of your beasts, because that's her other effect, right? Because you have all those beasts in your deck. In Hunter, it's kind of one or the other. Not that she can only use one for Hunter, but that based on the Hunter deck, she prefers to do one or the other. So I'm thinking that in Highlander Hunter, where you have Bran, that's the big combo. You play Bran, and then you play shan'do Wildclaw, and you hit them for 16 damage that they couldn't do anything about, right? That's the big power move. Whereas in a Wide Beast Hunter deck, you want to actually maybe do the +1/+1. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't, in a Beast package Highlander Hunter, use the +1/+1, or in the Wide Beast Hunter. And again, I'm assuming these are two different decks. They could very well be the same. It could be Wide Beast Highlander, but I don't think that will be the case, because I feel like you want the consistency, and Highlander tends to not be so early game oriented, where this actually looks to me to be pretty emphatically early game. So I expect her to be able to use either ability in either deck for Hunter, but one is going to be much better than the other. In statistical terms, I would say this would be reflected in the opening win rate, like held during mulligan win rate for this card, in that you will see that in Highlander, she's often mulliganed away because you want to use her for the combo, where in this Wide Beast Hunter, she's often kept because you want to use her on 3, buff all your things, and call it a day. And I actually wasn't sure if I was going to make this multiple videos, but I am, because this is nearly like an appropriate length. So, this first one, just on the Druid and Hunter stuff, I'll try to group them based on their dual classes and what we saw on the reveal stream and all that. So, let's say this is it for the first one. You'll see the next ones all today, hopefully. They shouldn't take too long. They're going to be shorter, so that means, faster rendering, etc., etc. So, if you want to keep up to date, maybe you're getting a little too antsy, maybe you want to see my takes sooner, well, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I've already posted a couple, and there are definitely more to come. I have full of hot takes, don't you worry. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well. I live stream. I accidentally hit start streaming instead of start recording like a few minutes ago, so you could have seen that notification. You could have caught me with my pants down if you followed me on Twitch and had notifications turned on. So, hit up all my socials, make sure you share this around, and see you guys in probably a few minutes, because these are going to be pumped out.